welcome back to the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. We are done with the wild card weekend, but it's time to pick some games for the divisional round of the NFL. Let me bring my guest here, who's been here since week 2 of NFL 2005. Not 2005, 2025 to 2026. It's Wally. Wally, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. We had a super wild card weekend last week, hoping that replicates into this week. But, bro, do you have the result from our predictions?
Oh yes, I do, man. Again, these uh, picks are worth 2 points. I'll just tell you what happened last week. So, Rams won, Bears won, Bills won, 49ers won, Patriots won, and Texans won. So all that, Wally, you got 4 correct. While I got 1 wrong, I got 3 correct with 3 wrong. Again, they're doubled. So that our total amount is I have 29 points and you have 32. So you're kind of
Let's
stepping
go.
ahead. Yes, sir.
Hell
All right.
yeah. Gotta pick them
And
right. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. And again, this is worth, again, 2 points this round, the divisional round. Let's get it started. The first matchup, it is the Buffalo Bills versus the Denver Broncos, who had a bye last week. Who are you taking here?
Buffalo Bills pulling through against Jacksonville last week. It's very evident that they are here in the playoffs, the more experienced team amongst the rest. They are going to go into Mile High and going to dominate the Broncos defense. I am very high on James Cook and Josh Allen. They will definitely be the difference makers here. I just see the Bills mojo carrying through the divisional round. If Bo Nix were to stand a chance, he would have to rely on that defense and a little bit of his running game. But Bills on their defensive back end, it's just proven that they've been there and been there. I the Bills this up against the Bills.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Yeah, this is a tough matchup. Broncos defense are great. The offense is great. You got a great guy as Bo Nix, as you mentioned. I feel like buys hurt teams, and those are could
Mm.
be the Broncos because Bills are they're on a high right now. They just beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, who kind of almost won. If there's one thing that didn't happen, they would have won. But it was a close match in that match. But yeah, I guess Bills knows how to play. Again, last time I said I don't know what they were doing. They kept losing games in the record. Um, with the newborn on the way, I feel like Josh Allen needs to get this win here. So I'm also going with the Bills here.
Family ties, I like it.
But again, family ties, and again, if Broncos win, I wouldn't be surprised. Our next matchup, man, I don't know how many times they play each other this season, but it is the winning team of last week, 49ers versus again another bye week team, the Seahawks. Wally, are you feeling crazy about this one?
This should be a good matchup overall. I know they had that week 18 matchup to get first seed in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs, and Seattle ended up pulling through on the road. Both teams have split their regular season matchups. San Fran absolutely provide a masterclass on offense with Kyle Shanahan against the Eagles last week. I think they just had the Eagles number, but I don't think the buck stops here with Seattle. They're just a different team at home, and with that crowd noise, I think it's going to be very evident as to how they'll win. That defense, Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, they're definitely going to get through. And don't forget my man JSN. I think he's going to have a field day against the 40s. I think the Kubiak is going to put them in position to do a lot of play action. and Sam Darnold's going to pull through and attend his first NFC Championship game at home with the Seahawks.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick. They are looking great this entire season. I love the Seahawks. I I did say, of course, the my Broncos in that game, but I wouldn't say the same thing for Seahawks. I think they have a different edge to them. I don't think they don't understand the meaning of rusty. Um, that's not the reason Seahawks. The only reason I'm picking Seahawks is because 49ers are missing their big piece, which is George Kittle. He is out of injury.
Mm.
I don't know when he will come back, maybe in 2 years or so. But that is their main guy. Him and of course Christian McCaffrey, of course, is there. But a lot of people are going to guard Christian McCaffrey. Who's going to throw it to? I don't know. Um, no one like George Kittle, that's for sure. So I am also going with the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold bring us that chip eventually. Former Jet player. All right, Willie, we're in the last two matchups here. It is the Texans versus the Patriots. Are you feeling that May can pull this off?
He may, but
Hmm.
let's recap quickly from last week. I was completely wrong with the Patriots and the
Yeah.
Chargers outcomes, and that really hurt me there. But I'm very glad that I was very correct with the Texans over the Steelers and how they dominated Aaron Rodgers and crew. That Texans defense is no joke. You can see every
Mhm.
time a person catches the ball, they are immediately being tackled by a Texans player. And kudos to D'Amico Ryans and crew for very instilling that defensive minded approach to that team. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and pick the Patriots to win, as much as it hurts me. But they seem to be clicking, even though when they're not. Last week was very
Mhm.
indicative of how they played. I think they'll play continuously like that against the Texans, especially with a better defense.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Drake May just finds a way to get the ball into the right person's hand, regardless of who is it, the receiver or running back. With that in mind, I think they'll have it's going to be a close one, very low scoring game, but I think Patriots are going to win basically because of the quarterback position. And I don't trust CJ Stroud on the road against this hostile New England defense.
No, I agree with you. The New England defense and offense, they are all cylinders. I can see them winning here, but I want to again. It's just that in me. I want the underdog to win, and that underdog is the Houston Texans here. Their defense is no joke. As you seen, as you mentioned last week, they did a great job. But that being said, if CJ Stroud keeps a cool level head, don't panic around. Just play it cool. Throw medium passes. Do deep passes if you need to. Waste the clock. If they do that, manage the clock, I think Texans will win this game. So I'm going with the Texans here. And all right, now our last matchup. I think it is probably the game of the week. It's gonna be a good one here. It is the Los Angeles Rams versus the Chicago Bears. Wally, are you do you feel like this is gonna be an overtime game here?
It very well might be. I think this is the most interesting and fun matchup of the weekend. Two teams that have very explosive offenses with very good, formidable defenses at the helm as well. Rams obviously coming off that victory last week against the Panthers and a shootout, what it was.
It
And
was.
similarly with the Bears, they absolutely have been true to their regular season selves of coming back and winning the game in the fourth quarter. Um, it's going to be cold, and I'm not sure how the
Oh yeah.
Rams are going to be accustomed to 0 degree weather out in Chicago. But
Yeah.
this Sunday night matchup, I think it's going to be showing what Chicago's true colors are, and that is running the ball down their throat and be able to play formidable defense. If Caleb Williams can make those circus throws that he did on fourth down to extend the drives, I think they have a real shot at winning. This is going to be a big test for Matthew Stafford and crew. He is on the MVP level. but I just see the Bears pulling through in a very close, tight matchup in the fourth quarter, as they've done all year round, and beat that indoor team in the LA Rams on Sunday night to round out divisional round weekend.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a great matchup here. Yeah, Panthers did pull a good fight against the Rams. I was
They
not
did.
expecting. Yeah, I was not expecting the Panthers to do that. It was a great game, but they came in short. Rams know what to do, of course. That game with the Bears and the Packers. Bears came back from, I think they had what, either 6 points in the third quarter, and Packers had like 28, 24. They came back within 2 quarters and won the game. What a great comeback. They did mention that Caleb Williams have done 5 comeback winning game drives, whatever that was. So that was the sixth one. He knows how to do that, and it was great to see. But for this one, this is tricky because the Rams defense really, I think they're better than the Packers defense. But other than that,
Abrar,
yeah,
let me just ask you one simple question.
yes, please. I'm just rambling on,
Are you are you a Manang guy?
and that's look, that's the question all the whole world wants to know. Am I a Manung guy? Um, on Sundays, yes. Other days, I am a Mangai. So being with that being said, because there's Gandhi and Nangi and Manangai. I just said some bad words there. I am going
Whoa.
with the Chicago Bears. They know what the hell they've been doing the entire time. They know how to come back from a game. It'd be a great again. I It might be more of a defensive matchup because okay, it's either this way. It's either it can be a defensive matchup or it's gonna be a whole shootout. It won't be a normal game. So it's between those two. But I have to go with the Chicago Bears. It's personal bias. I was at Chicago. I was feeling the Chicagoans. I was feeling Menengais. So I am going with the Chicago Bears. Rams could win this, but I don't see them winning this time. Wally, that was our weekly pick'ems. But of course, I want to share some news with you, or NFL news. I think we mentioned last time, John Harbor got fired. Fortunately, he's looking for jobs. Hopefully, the Giants might pick him up. But recently, Mike Tomlin stepped down. He wasn't fired. He stepped down as head coach since he was head coach since 2007, and there was not a lot of coaches, like a few, less than 5. So, what's your thoughts on Mike Tomlin there?
I feel like the writing was on the wall ever since they
Mm,
lost a wild card round for the third year in a row. It's funny because it's a similar Sean Payton situation where the
right.
Steelers have the rights to his contract if he chooses to return back to coaching. So I
Mm,
think he's going to take a year off, and I think they might trade him to another team who has the assets. So who knows what that team will be? But let's see. It's he has one hell of a run, but I
yeah.
think it's he ran his course with the Steelers,
I
similar to
mean,
Harbaugh too.
sure, sure. I mean, well, both coaches they got one championship under the belt, right? Steelers back in 2010. How many times did Harbor won? It was only one time. The next year, 2011, I believe. Did they win another
Right, 2011,
Super Bowl?
2012.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, I guess that's sometimes you got to get new in the team, and Mike Tomlin was not one of them. So we'll miss Mike Tomlin's press conferences. He's a very very funny guy. Other than that, that's it. Wally, where can they find you, man?
They don't need to find me anymore.
Oh man, why? What happened?
I'm Batman.
Oh, you're Batman. Well, other than that, you can follow this podcast on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, at Blue Sky, at X, at BBW Wonders Podcast. Um, Yeah, well, this is it's gonna be a good one, guys. A good divisional week. Conference might be a little bit crazy, and then this might be a little less crazy. I don't know. We'll see. Other than that, guys, we'll see you guys later. See you next week.
Take care.